I just got back from seeing The World's End. And this is my review. If you're a fan of Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Edgar Wright, have seen Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, this movie is a must-see. They did the zombie genre, they did the cop action conspiracy genre, and then now in this movie, they're doing old friends reunion / alien sci-fi genre. So they've rounded it out. This is the last one in this trilogy, and they do not disappoint. Nick Frost plays Andrew Knightley, Simon Pegg plays Gary, Martin Freeman plays Oliver, Eddie Marsan plays Peter, Patty Considine plays Steven, Rosamund Pike plays Sam. Anyone who's a Spaced fan, keep your eyes out for a few Spaced alums. 5 friends reunite to try and attempt to finish the pub crawl that they were not able to complete 20 years before. Unfortunately, the town that they left when they were younger isn't quite the same, so they have to deal with that. Epic night ensues. There's fighting, there's drinking, there's tears, there's laughs. It's basically everything that I thought it would be and more. Yes, more. So they go on this epic pub crawl and unwittingly become humankind's only hope for survival. This movie is not, a fluffy thing. It is funny. Fence pun is still in there. I love that. Gets me every time. But it's more than just funny. There was a lot of moments that were very poignant. It's about growing up and trying to go back to a time that you thought everything was perfect. But can you ever go back? Can you really ever go back? It was a deep movie, actually. This movie has a lot of different layers. Not to say that Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead didn't, but I would say that this movie is a darker movie comparatively to the other two. Even amongst the moments that were really heartfelt and serious, there'd always be a little tiny twist or something else would happen that would occur that would alleviate that heaviness. I'm very much looking forward to seeing it again because it's one of those that actually there's so much in there that it can and should be seen more than once. I'm not just saying that because, I don't know, otherwise they wouldn't let us out of the theater. In all seriousness, I loved this movie. The soundtrack was awesome. It had a really great mix of 80s and 90s music. The Stone Roses, Sisters of Mercy, Blur, Suede, a little bit of Kylie Minogue, The Doors. But I would like you to know, and by you I mean, I guess the internet, as well as you, Edgar Wright, I already knew about Supergrass. I knew about them back in 1995 when they came out with I Should Coco. Loved the Beatles back then, somehow randomly found them, and I loved Supergrass since then. So that album was memories. So there, do I get a cool point for that? Probably not. Probably not. The pub fights are ridiculous. I was sitting quite close to the front, so I didn't get to see them in all their glory. So when I go back, I will make sure to sit in the middle row so that I can really take in all of it. And there's a moment where, I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm going to say that I knew what happened when it happened in this movie with people. So Gary is hell-bent on finishing this pub crawl that he started. This 12 pub crawl. Man, I'd be so done. 3 beers, and I'm 3 or 4 beers. Yeah, okay, maybe 5. I don't think I could do 12. I would not make it to a World's End. Edgar said that he was most like Liz, and if he could be like anyone, he'd want to be like Nick Angel because he runs fast. Simon said that he could have ended up like Gary if he had made the wrong choices, that he was a bit like Shaun as well, and that he doesn't want to be like any of his characters. He wants to be himself, which is true. He did mention, as far as with Gary, usually people that are like that are just dicks, basically. There's a reason for them being like that. So if you have a friend like that, don't just write it off, but instead try and find out what's going on with that person. Nick Frost said that he was a bit like Ed and Shaun. Pretty sure he said that. But now that he's gotten older, that he's more like his character in The World's End, Andy. He's grown up, and he said he wishes he had a little Danny in him. So he wishes he had a little bit of that silliness. Or he didn't say silliness. Anyway, it was dark, but it had lots of laughs. Awesome action scenes. Soundtrack was amazing. Loved all the actors, of course, and it made you think. What more can you want from a movie, man? I don't really know. I'm gonna go see it again, and you should go see it on August 23rd, or whenever it is when it comes out. Until then, Cthulhu out.